if you're currently dating a woman right now that you are looking forward to being in a relationship with, or you're in a relationship with a woman and you're noticing some signs. And these signs is that this woman has not been treated correctly in her past. She's been manipulated, lied, abused in all facets. It could be in relationships that she had in the past, it could be from her family, it could be from friends, it could be from just anything, right? The one thing you have to understand that even though that we as men, we are solution oriented type people, we are problem solvers. I'm going to give advice on this video, but I want you guys to also understand that it's not necessarily your responsibility to make sure that your girlfriend or the girl that you're dating is happy. That is not your responsibility. Your responsibility is to be authentic, to be supportive, to be a masculine man, whatever that definition looks like to you. However, because again, we are the solution oriented type guys, like if you are someone who is very ambitious and you're all about self-development, then you can create the pathway, create a foundation for the girl that you're dating or you want to be in a relationship with to feel safe and for her to heal along with you. So then when you guys get married, it's in a much more of a state of equilibrium, centeredness, and groundedness as opposed to chaos. So in my own relationship, my girlfriend, she was comfortable enough to share all this, so I'm going to go ahead and be sharing this with you guys. So she mentioned to me that in her previous relationships with her exes, the exes, they would check her phone. They would force her to wear modest clothing. They would not really go out and about with her to go to events with her because a lot of times they were worried about jealousy. They were thinking that anytime like she was like looking around at other people, that automatically means that she wanted to sleep with that guy. But I mean, as human beings, even me, like when I'm going around, my girlfriend and I, we both understand that when we see, let's say, an attractive person, it doesn't mean we're going to sleep with them. It just means that like, hey, that person looks cool, or they're attractive, they're wearing a sick shirt, a sick outfit, and that's where it ends. So where I come from, I am not jealous at all. If you want to help a girl heal and feel like she can be secure around you, is to first establish to her that I'm not the type of person that's going to be jealous and hold you back from being the woman that you are destined to become. So one thing that I did as a practice is to let my girlfriend know that, hey, I'm not the jealous type, right? And as long as you're not showing any kind of like jealousy towards me, where like you're trying to control me or micromanage me, then I'm going to be very strategic, advantageous, and convenient and supportive for you anytime you need help. So the same standards that I carry for her, letting her know how I'm going to be for her, I expect that to be for me as well. So if she starts to get jealous and she starts to micromanage me, that's where I'm going to like draw the line and say like, hey, this is not acceptable. So the first thing, again, step one is to create a place where there's no jealousy. Step two on how to properly heal a woman is to understand that a lot of times, like human beings, the way we operate, we go through these things called like self-judgment cycles or judgment cycles, if you want to call it that. A lot of times we judge other people from the past that have wronged us, or we judge ourselves on how we handle a certain situation. And these cycles, they get very vicious. They're trauma that's not healed, and it's emotional baggage. It gets converted into emotional baggage and is carried on throughout that person's life. And it just never ends. That's the part that is very scary, because like something that you personally didn't do to your girlfriend or the girl you're dating, and the burden comes from another guy from the past, she's putting it on you in things like different in communication style. It could be like when you guys are out and about and you have no idea like, hey, I didn't do anything. Like, why are you treating me like this? And it's because like this trauma has not been healed yet. So moving forward, to get out of this judgment cycle, what we have to do is separate in two ways, right? The first way is to look at it as what actually has happened, right? What actually happened versus what is the story behind what they think actually happened. Let me break it down the two ways, right? What actually happened is like objectively correct. Like it's non-disputable. There's no freaking way that her in that party can say, no, that's not true. So let's use the example of cheating, right? So my girlfriend, she mentioned that she had been cheated on in the past. So if I went to my girlfriend and brought her ex-man together and said, hey, did you cheat on my girlfriend, right? Like from the back in the day. Did you cheat on her? And then he would say yes. Okay. It's like non-disputable. They even talked about it in their previous relationship. Now, my girlfriend, right? She's going to interpret what the previous cheating as very negative, right? I feel less than, no man can be true to me. There's no good men out there. All guys are cheaters. Let's use those as an example, right? But a lot of times when guys cheat, it's for a multitude of reasons. It doesn't mean that just because a guy cheats on a woman that she is not enough for him. It doesn't mean that he, for example, wants to just get back at her for something she did to him. A lot of times, let's just say like a guy cheats is because he cannot do monogamy, but he doesn't know how to communicate that to his girlfriend. So what he does is go on the side and find a side piece. So the story that my girlfriend, when she was cheated on from the guy from the past, like her ex-man from the past, she put all these negative connotation about men. So what happens is when she meets a guy like me, right? She knows I'm no geek when it comes to the dating scene. Like I've had my fair share of women in the past. I've been a casual dater before. I've also been in relationships before. But when she met me, she's like, okay, this guy's attractive. He's handsome, but I don't know if I can move forward with a relationship because what if he, backstabs me? What if he does something that he neglects me and he mismanages me? He takes advantage of me. So one of the things that I had to tell her is that, okay, look, what do I have to do with the men from the past? That is a powerful question to separate, right? Versus like what has happened, like actually happened versus a story that she tells herself. So what I told her was that question. And that question was very groundbreaking for her. She said, actually, you don't have anything to do with it, Cam. Those guys are not connected to you. You're a brand new, fresh guy. Like I just have trust issues with men. And I said, well, okay, that's understandable because a lot of times guys, they do lie to women. So I said, even though I have nothing to do with the men from the past, do you think it's fair to bring that baggage into our relationship or our connection where I can't even show you my true authentic self? Because doesn't that put you on the defense and not on the offense? Because me as a man, I'm operating on the offense. Let's move forward towards a relationship. Let's go on more dates. Let's be more intimate. Let's have more non-intimate time. And when I asked her that, she said, yeah, I can see that because I have my knife up the whole time. I have like my guard up. I'm going like this. I'm coming at you, Cam, like this while you're coming in with open arms. So those two questions was very groundbreaking in our relationship. It allowed us to move forward and for her to restore her faith in men. So if you want to be healing a woman, this is the advice that I would take. And just remember at the end of the day, it is not your responsibility to make sure a woman's happy. Your only responsibility is to make sure you're happy, because when you're happy, you're feeling good about yourself, you're coming from an authentic place, then that alone should make your girl, your date, feel more comfortable to be authentic and open and positive with you. It's not your responsibility, again, to make sure she's happy. She is responsible for her own happiness. If you try to micromanage her, you try to do too much, she's going to get overwhelmed. And that's when women say things like, I love you, but I don't really love you. They'll start to back away from you. And that's where women will actually veer. You just want to get some space. You're like, dude, you're suffocating me. So I hope these help. Let me know in the comments below and I'll see you on the next video. Thanks guys.